What's up YouTube? Red Assassin 24 here, and today we're going to talk about night vision. But before we do, we'd like to thank the sponsors of today's video, and that is Tech Savvy Optics and Omaha's Surplus. So first off, Tech Savvy Optics is a North Texas-based night vision company. They manufacture night vision devices and accessories. They offer really great customer service, really great warranty service. Tim, the guy that's the owner, is a really great guy. He goes out of his way to make sure all of his customers get a great experience when buying from him. Omaha's have actually been a supporter of mine for a long time. I've loved buying products from them. They have great surplus. And I told them I was going to do a video on night vision. So they hooked me up with a few night vision accessories so I could show you guys that maybe on a little bit more of a budget what you can get away with. Anyway, if you followed the channel for a long time, you may recall a long time ago I put out a video talking about how to use a Gen 1 night vision device on your helmet, and I kind of used like this jerry-rigged system, and I thought it was great. Until I started using Gen 3 units and I realized I was entirely wrong, guys. So basically how that happened was I had the Gen 1 night vision unit, I got rid of it, and then a little bit later I went to a pawn shop and I found a really beat up Pt.2 for 775 bucks. I got it, and the tubes were really blimmed out, they had some damage, but even then, just seeing the picture quality and the light and quality of a Gen 3 tube, it made all the difference in the world. Now guys, in my experience, the main reason people don't want to spend money on a Gen 3 unit is the price, and they are a little pricey. You can look at about $1,800 at the bottom line for a PVS-14, all the way up to sky's the limit for basically the biggest, baddest, coolest PVS-31 or GP/NVG quad tube on the market. I'm not going to talk about that stuff here for you guys, but I am going to talk about how you can stretch your budget to get a good unit to start off with and go from there. So first thing you need to do is set your budget. So let's say about $2,000, $2,200, get yourself a monocular to work with. Right now is a really good time to get into the night vision game because the market is just flooded with tons of units on sale. I found an Anvis unit, which is a dual tube aviation type ball detent mount unit. I've been seeing them go for about 3,500 bucks on the market lately, and that's a really good price for an Anvis unit. I've seen PVS-14s go for about 1,800. I've even seen other Gen 3 monoculars, such as an Invis unit, which Tech Savvy Optics actually had an Invis unit. I believe they sold it for $1,600. This is a commercial PVS-14 unit that was lent to me by Tech Savvy Optics. It has a Photonis commercial grade tube in it, and the going price for this one is $2,500, which may be a little bit more than some people would want to spend. But guys, again, you don't get into night vision to save money. You get into night vision basically to buy yourself a superpower. And the helmet I have here is actually a bike helmet that I modified to be able to use a rhino arm and a base plate on it. Now I have the Naruto's universal shroud on it. If you don't want to do that, again, there are ways you can save money on it. Omaha's Surplus, I told them like, hey, I'm trying to put together kind of a budget mounting system. They hooked me up with a base plate, a rhino arm, and they got me a J arm. And looking at the prices, just give or take, shopping here, shopping there, you could probably get that entire setup for just under $40. And that's a pretty good cost-effective solution, guys, because if you already have a helmet that you want to use, you can just throw it on there and you have your unit and you're ready to go. And that brings me to my next point, guys, which is buying the unit itself. First and foremost, I recommend you guys buy from a reputable dealer like Tech Savvy Optics. They have great customer service and they offer great warranty service. But if you really don't want to go through that, then that really just leaves the open market. And again, guys, like I said before, there's a lot of great deals out there, but you got to beware of who you're dealing with. First off, if you're buying on like Facebook Marketplace or maybe one of the gear forums like gear, buy, sell, trade, or whatever, make sure you're buying from someone who has a good reputation as an honest seller. Don't buy from someone that looks like it could be a fake profile or some profile that doesn't have a lot of experience. Buy from someone who has a lot of vouches and a good track record of selling good gear. And some of the things to look for when you're buying a used unit is, first off, see if they have the spec sheet on the tubes in the unit. And if they don't have that, see if they can at least provide video or photo images of the tubes in the unit so you know what you're getting. Finally, guys, the biggest piece of advice I have to someone who is just really wanting to get into Gen 3 units but thinks they don't have the money for it is just be patient. Not everybody starts off having the greatest kit out there on the block. Just save your money, set your baseline, and go from there. Start off with a budget setup kind of like this one or whatever, and just get out and train with it. And eventually when you want to upgrade, you can reach out to a dealer like Tech Savvy Optics. I know they offer upgrade services. They can harvest the tube from that unit and find the closest tube they have in their inventory, and they can set you up a really sweet setup. Also, guys, I almost forgot to mention, always use some kind of counterweight system and a retention system for your nods. The counterweight system is so you have it perfectly balanced on your head and it doesn't cause you any neck problems. The retention system is just so it protects your optic in case worse comes to worse, something happens and it ends up falling off. I mentioned before the mounting hardware from Omaha Surplus. Again, it's a good baseline, but something can still happen. I actually am using a replica Wilcox G24 on my helmet. It is a metal one. If you guys, I recommend you guys get the real steel stuff as much as you can. If you can't, make sure you're getting a good quality. Again, this is a replica Wilcox G24. It is metal. Do not buy the plastic ones. You are setting yourself up for failure. And even if you do get a metal one, always use a retention system. I have a Wilcox lanyard on here. I have it hooked up to my nods. So if something does happen and it does fall off, it will still be protected. Because again, guys, those of you that are on a budget, you still want to protect your investment. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Go check out Omaha's Surplus and Tech Savvy Optics. They're both great places to start looking, and I'll have links to both of their websites and social media down in the description of this video. Please like, subscribe, and as always, stay safe and keep it real.